Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. You can do this. You want to plant your vegetables, but you don't think you'll be successful. You want to plant corn especially, but they keep flopping over. The yield not good. The rain don't fall the right time. I can't get the yield I want. The grains are scattered. These are all the complaints and challenges we have as gardeners. But you can overcome those fears. In today's video, guys, I'm going to share with you 4 or 5 tips that you can use to grow corn in massive abundance. And by the way, guys, this is a no editing, uncut challenge. I'm doing day 2 of 3-day challenge. So I'm on to day 2. So join me in that challenge as I present to you some more tips, gardening tips to plant corn in a massive way. And guys, you can look back at yesterday's video where I shared 4 or so with you. So come along with me. This challenge is in fact inspired by RivaReveals. So let's go, let's grow like a pro. Let's go. All right, guys. So my tip is basically the first tip I'm going to give you is that you can plant your corn just about anywhere. If you notice, this is a small orchard that I have here. My little fruit trees, pomegranate and so on are around, but I will not allow this little space that I have bordered off with some concrete blocks to go wasted. So I have ample space, lots of space between the fruit trees. They will not impede the growth of the corn. So I've gone ahead and I have planted all of these different blocks of corn. So that is one of the little tips that you can, use to get started. Don't be afraid to plant your corn anywhere that you have a little space. And by the way, guys, I am Sandra if you are new here. So join me as I go on to the other tips. All right. Also, guys, yesterday I shared with you how corn can, and if you have not watched that video, that was day 1 of the challenge where we are going to include all the bloopers, all the, it's uncut and unedited. I had shared with you that we planted the corn 1 to 2 inches deep and that we would have left out all of this, right? All of this would have been left out. So what we would go in and do is coming from the inside, we are going to do a process called mounding. This one has already been mounded, so I'm just going to show you how we do it. So we just pull the soil from the inside of the hole towards the plant. And that is to secure it because, as we said, corn love to flop over. They're not sturdy sometimes because the least little breeze or pressure hit it, it tends to want to flop over and drop down, and we don't want that. We want our corn to be sturdy, and then we are going to press. And guys, don't be afraid to get your hands dirty. It's actually very good for you when you get your hands dirty in the soil. So don't be afraid of it. Please don't be afraid of it, guys. I'm from the islands, remember, and I speak my local dialect. Drop in the comments if you have any other corn tips for me, and also if I'm clear, if you can understand me. All right, guys, so this is it. See my hand dirty, fingernail dirty, everything, as we would say in the island, dirty. But that is the tip. Now, I have left this a little bit. I had already come in earlier and done the first stage. Now, in the one I showed you yesterday, in the video yesterday where I showed you the small plants that were recently planted, I had done the stage 1. So I had just done 1 little stage. Now, this is about stage 2. See, I've left a little bit around it. So I'm going to give it some more time to grow up a little stronger. And then I'm going to do, that is when now I'm going to cover with the topsoil from the outside. But for now, I'm leaving it like that. All right, to strengthen it and to grow, on its own and make sure it's firm so it can withstand all the breeze and everything like that. Now, guys, for my other tip, I'm going to have to put on my gloves. So give me some time to put on my gloves. right? So I'm going to have to put on my gloves, and you will see why. Because in this one, guys, I'm actually going to be using some composted material. Now, this composted material, the grass in it, is made up of, it's decomposed material that I have, dried down and decomposed into what I call my black gold. My black gold. Now, this is some chicken manure that has been dried down and has been, dried down in a nice way so that it can be used for to add the nutrients. So that is really the tip. The tip is not the manure. The tip is how to enrich your plants. Because remember, guys, this garden is organic. This is an organic garden. We try to make it as organic as we possibly can so that, we try to do that. And so I'm not going to be using any sprays or any powders, unnatural powders or anything like that. So I have used what I have on the little backyard space here. I have chickens. So I have chicken manure in it and I've dried it down. Now there is a pro tip I want to give you. Guys, I'm giving you away all of my tips, all of my tips. But if you look here, guys, this is called a logwood tree. See how gorgeous it is? It's a logwood tree. And on the island, this grows beautifully. What we do with this logwood tree, and I'm going to show you the connection with my decomposed material or my black gold, is that every now and then this snaps off and we use the dry down portion for we use the dry down portion, guys, for our jerk chicken and our jerk pork, our manish water, our soups. And what that does, when we burn that into our outside wood fire, that gives the most delicious flavor to the food. Now, what's the connection with gardening? The ash that comes from that, wood fire from the logwood tree, I've mixed some of that in here. And that, guys, we don't never know that. That is a deterrent for the pest as well. In the video tomorrow, I'm going to elaborate on that and show you how I'm going to use that in stage 3 of my successive planting. So see, it's in my hand, broken down, and you just sprinkle. All right, there's also another way you can use the ash, and I'll show you that tomorrow. You have to come back for that tomorrow. Me can't give you all of my secret one time. You have to come back for that one. All right, guys. So see, just sprinkle it around it. All right, nice. All right, just sprinkle it around it. Good. And then, guys, what is this? What is this? This is eggshells. Eggshells. It has not been grounded down to how I want it. I'm going to dry them out somewhere, and I have some dried and some ground. I just didn't remember to take them up this morning, but I'm going to also sprinkle that. What's the purpose of the eggshell, guys? What's the purpose of the eggshells? You know that crunch that we like to have when we bite into that corn? That crunch? Calcium. DIY organic calcium. That's what gives you that crunch. There's no corn without the crunch. So we need that crunch. Guys, the rain is coming down, and of course, it's a beautiful thing to be gardening in the rain. So see there, guys, just sprinkle it around. I'm going to grind this down to a little powder, a little bit more later on. So I'm going to set that aside, All right, guys, moving on to my last tip for today. The rain coming down on me, and that is I'm going to do what is called mulching. Now, this grass, guys, is from your garden cutting, from your lawn cutting, your lawn grass cutting. What you are going to do, you're going to dry them down. Dry it down. Do not sprinkle green grass. Because if you sprinkle green grass on your plants, what is going to happen, guys? You are going to be ending up with weeds, more problems. And here is another method that I've used to put down cardboard to ensure that the weeds are kept down. So I also can throw some of that on that in the garden. That will decompose over time and also produce black gold. So here I'm going to be just sprinkling lightly. I'm going to be laying it thickly between the blocks so that the weeds are kept down. But around the plant itself, I'm just going to be sprinkling lightly because I need to come back in and do another final mounding. Right, so guys, what did I say this is called? Mulching. And it does quite a few things as I've explained to you already. It keeps down the weeds. It also keeps the plants cool, keeps them sturdy, and make it look neater and prettier as well, guys. So see there? Nice. Makes it look so much neater and so much prettier. So these are some of the tips that you can employ. Look at them. Right? Okay. It's raining and I'm gardening in the rain. Isn't that beautiful, guys? So awesome. I love it. Look at that. Pretty plant. Pretty plant. Coming up nicely. Look at them. Coming up nicely. See? Nicely. Nicely, nicely. All right. So thick between and thin around. Okay. All right, guys. So there we have it. Morning's work. One morning's work. All right, guys. So those are some of the tips that I have for you today. I hope you had a fun video with me this morning again working. Day one was good and I think day two was even better. You have to join me tomorrow for day three. That's the final day of the challenge, the no editing. So all the bloopers in this challenge, guys, all no retake, no script. I had to freelance everything. So I hope you really found this educational or informative. And I also hope that you had some fun in sharing the work with me this morning. Guys, I know you people like to watch while other people do the work. So I hope you had some fun this morning. Join me tomorrow where I'm going to give you some more hard-won tips as to how you can plant corn for a massive yield and a massive harvest. Guys, remember, I am Sandra. If you're new here, if it's your first time here, drop in the comments your favorite tip or a tip that you had that you want to share with me as well. I'll see you guys tomorrow for the last day. Until next time from the islands, continue to nurture in nature. One love, peace out, no walk good, lots of love, and suuno next time. And the next time is tomorrow. Bye-bye. Bye, guys.